sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing. Testicles. Welcome everyone to episode 19 hundo and 60 schwam of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beercast, broadcast, gaincast, mancast, pimpcast, sleevescast, and slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex. We all flex our biceps. What's going on, beaches, booshes, busters, hustlers, and yellow hoes? It's your boy, Papa Swolio, back with another episode. And today's episode of the Beastcast is brought to you, is powered, is sponsored by Everest and K2 Flexing on all you beaches.
Yeah, it's the fucking Catalina wine mixer.
It's the fucking Catalina wine mixer.
All right, what's going on, fam? Welcome to episode 1960 schwam. Make sure you smash that like button right now. We are live on all the platforms. Go to www.thedailyswole.com for all the links. And for those of you that have not yet left a review on Apple Podcast, make sure you hit those 5 stars because you know the knowledge cock deserves it. And make sure you write a review, doing some giveaways and some raffles, some shout outs. So definitely do that if you haven't. And of course, the Daily Swole on YouTube, Rumble, Odyssey, all those other places to catch the man casting. We are here on a Saturday morning. It is September the 18th, and do we have a Swole Slut Saturday for you? So before we bust that nut open, I call upon you, Swole fam, to drop in the comments down below. What did you smash today, or what are you going to smash? Some of you might just be getting up, scratching your nips, scratching your sack or your clit tip, and you're just kind of getting warmed up for the day. You're stretching, you got a day off, maybe you're going to work, maybe you're at work, but now is the time to plug in, get ready, caffeinate, all those good things, and let's get into today's episode. Remember, you can find all the content, all the links, all the information on how to join the greatest fam in the realm, all the programs, training, nutrition, meditation, yoga, everything over at swolenormousx.com. And you can go and find out more about the 7 pillars of Swolenormous. You could download your free copy over there as well. And if you're brand new, definitely go over there, check out the blog, check out your free downloads, the 7 pillars, get up to speed because we ain't waiting for you. We got a lot to get into. So that being said, let's get into that tip. Let's summon the Falcon. Falcon. Yes, Falcon. Very nice. Everyone, put some respect on it. Drop what you smash in the comments down below. America, baby.
USA, greatest country in the world.
All right. And of course, on a Swole Slut Saturday, it wouldn't be a man cast. It wouldn't be a Daily Swole without Leo drinking like a raging alcoholic. We all know why Rose let go, Leo. You can't hide it from us. Stop blaming everyone else. Stop blaming the engineer, the architect. Stop blaming the iceberg. It was you, Leo. It was always you. Drop that hashtag down below. Be careful because you might get banned from Facebook. You might get banned or blocked or restricted on YouTube. So you can do SSS. It is Swole Slut Saturday. So I will take a hashtag SSS or a hashtag SS. I'll take it. Unless you want to be one of those rebels and drop it like it's hot. Drop that full Swole Slut. You could put a little emoji, put the tongue where the U is. You know, the U, the Swole Slut. You could drop that down below. That's what I'm fucking talking about, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Drop that in the comments down below. Let's get into the tip. We have a great episode as always. First, fam, we must moisturize. We must moisturize. Moist. Let's get that shit wet. Spit on it. It's time. Babe, just an inch. It's cold outside. Let me in. Let's get right into our first Swole Fam post. This one is from, I don't know, a language that we don't use in these parts.
What's in the box?
Alexandra. I'm just kidding. The name on Discord is Kaukati. That looks like a language I don't speak because that's one of those W's that looks like an upside down E. It looks maybe, I don't know what that is. Someone else might want to read that, but the name is Alexandra. So that's totally cool. Let me just I don't know why that just slid off the screen. All right, from Alexandra. Hi, everyone. Hi, Papa. Hello, Poppet. My introduction on the website was pretty long, and the whole thing won't fit into one message here, LOL. My name is Alexandra. I'm new to the fam, and I'm super fucking excited I finally joined, as we are as well. After listening to the podcast for several months, and it being one of my main motivations to get my ass going, I've been my own, quote, community since April, and I've done pretty damn well. Gotta give credit where it's due, right? And I was really always a lone wolf, never needed others to lift me up and such. Listening to the podcast daily, I started relating more and more to the Swole Fam and figured it would just be a shame to not join. So here I am, ready to go to the fucking gym, eat a steak, not be a biche, and rock some fucking gains. I like what... I'm picking up what you're putting down. I'm picking up what you're... Sashka. That's what you pronounce it. I was just being a stupid American. I'm like, yeah, I don't know how to... I like it. I actually like the way it says. It says Sashka. I like Kaukati. I like Kaukati. Kauka. Welcome, Alexandra, in the fucking house. What's going on? Making some fucking gains. Everyone likes making gains. What a great start. What a great fucking start. I think this is very similar to the way most in the Swole Fam feels. Like you hear the stories, you plug into the Daily Swole, it becomes your routine, and then you just hear about everyone fucking crushing it and the mindset and how we're just slapping each other with knowledge cock every day, 7 pillars, no fucking days off getting it done, and it just gets you inspired and it just gets you antsy. It's like, I want to go deeper. That's why we go the tip. That's why we get the knowledge cock, and that's why we go balls deep. You want to go deeper, and I don't blame you. Always deeper. Deeper is it's always the answer. All right, next post. Very nice. Thank you for the share. This one's from Chastity. Chastity. Went to a going away dinner for a person at the gym. I don't talk to many people when I'm at the gym, nor do I know anyone's name, just faces, high fives, and fist bumps here and there. Well, apparently, I'm known in the gym as the girl who lifts heavy weights.
Yow.
Ooh. I'm not saying this to brag. I'm saying it as a way to be proud of myself. Non-scale victory for the win. I hope this inspires you all to go to the fucking gym more.
Inconceivable!
He's heating up!
Let's fucking go. You always want to be known as the chick or the dude. Like, there's a chick that lifts heavy weights. You don't want to be the chick. That's the chick that always does the Stairmaster. Everyone's got that chick at your gym. Everyone's got that girl that only goes on the Stairmaster and she does those little kickbacks, the step mill. She steps, kick, steps, kick. That's stupid bullshit. There's always that girl that's on there for 2 fucking hours and then just leaves. No one fucking knows. No one knows. All right, Danny, talk to us about some beef organs, bruh. Danny writes, what up, fam? Found these on Amazon for half the price of the Ancestral Supplements brand. Let's hope they're as good. They are grass-fed desiccated beef organs. Figured I tried to help the Swole Fam save a few buck. Now go to the fucking gym. Cool. Good shit, man. Excellent. That depends on where they're sourcing them from. But you never know how many capsules you're getting and all that stuff. But good shit. There's definitely a lot of different options on there. But I always share the ones that I personally use. So to each their own, and you can do your search and go accordingly. And there's definitely quality differences depending on where you order, like any other kind of product. So find what works for you and fucking do it. Fucking do it. All right, let's see. Dylan, what's up, Beaches? What up, D-Bone? My name is Dylan. I've listened to the podcast for the last couple of months and have decided to quit being a biche and join the fam. I go to the gym on the regular and have tried typical regimens, but they never stick. Getting yelled at on TikTok to go to the gym and eat a steak was enough to bring me in. By the way, nuts on chin blew my nips off twice a day on my way to work. Thank you, Papa. Very welcome. Everyone likes a salty sack. Nothing like a salty sack to get you focused for the day. It's like I wake up every day. Your morning wake up call with a nice ball bag. I love the morning swole. Get used to that shit. We love the morning swole. It's a morning sack right on your fucking chin. And one from our very own, apologies for the pronouncement, Jorun. I like that. Jorun. Our resident Lady McGregor, I should call you, from the Telegram chat. I am going to go watch some live music and unwind a bit. Work week was crazy. I got my workout in and ate a steak today, so life's not half bad. Let's fucking get one more
He's on fire!
round of applause. Perfect for the weekend. All right, Saturday, a lot of you, I don't know how many of you are working today. I don't know how many of you are working today or off today or have a different routine. But I think it's really important to remind you that as you go into the weekend or as you go into like a day off, try to make sure you have that morning routine. That way you can stay consistent. And you want to make sure you're sticking to your normal flow as much as you can. Some of you have very different schedules from one day to the next. Just make sure that you are sticking to that routine and making sure you're getting done what you need to get done. Also, for those of you that might not be aware, we got a bunch of other podcasts. We got the Swolenormous Audio Experience, the Swolenormous Procast, and of course, the recently updated Red, White, and Swole podcast. So make sure you're checking out all the other shows. There's a brand new Red, White, and Swole available also for video on the Papa Swolio channel on YouTube. But definitely subscribe on Apple Podcast if you want to follow some current events, social politics, just some other musings, some of the things similar to what we talk about here, but in more depth. So go and check out those other shows as well. You can just type in Swolenormous, whatever podcast app you listen on, and you'll see those shows pop up. And the other episodes or the other podcasts will be updated soon. Just kind of getting back into the flow of Red, White, and Swole and initiating that. And the other ones will come forthwith or henceforth, whatever the phrasing is. Reminder, it's Saturday, so we do have an accountability meeting fam-wise on Monday, September 20th. So that's day after tomorrow, 12 noon Eastern time. Major announcements, big updates. So it's definitely not back to swole. It's not that level, but you're going to be really, really excited. This is going to be, I would say, it's well above average for the weekly releases. We got some big shit to talk about on Monday. So definitely plug in, be ready for that this Monday, September 20th, 12 noon Eastern time. So you do not want to miss out on those announcements. All right. This Monday, 12 noon. Be there or be a goddamn fucking biche. And you don't want to be a biche. Come on. You don't want to be biche. You don't want to be a tainty magooch and all that. Here's the video on the Papa Swolio channel. Again, this is a brand new Red, White, and Swole episode. You can listen on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. The War on the Unvaccinated. I say go fuck yourself. Yeah. Freedom, baby. Make your choices. Take care of yourself. How about taking care of your health? That way you don't have to try to depend on a shot to take away your heart disease, your diabetes, and your terrible lifestyle habits, which it won't. Don't know why people think that it will, but it won't. Take care of your health regardless, because you can still get it. You're going to get the Vidi McVitterson. Get the Swole variant. If you're going to get any of the variants, get the Swole variant. And we got a clip, I'm sorry to say, on the Swolenormous channel on YouTube. You can't change your body size. Hashtag Virgie Tovar. Yeah, well.
What's your name, fat body?
Yeah, well, name's Virgie Tovar, by the way. And talk about an absolute cave troll in every sense of the word. Go watch this clip if you really want to blow your fucking mind completely out of your head. If you want to blow your mind, yeah. Yeah. And speaking of the Vidi McVitterson, check out papaswolio.com for all Swolenormous apparel because you are a listener of the show. Of course, members, you can save 20% off. You get your special private code when you log into your account right there in your main library. But if you are a listener of the show, go to papaswolio.com. Check out the brand new apparel. We have major new releases coming for this next season. The next couple months are going to be epic new apparel for all of you to jump on. It's going to be sick. New versions of everything pretty much. Papaswolio.com. Use code DailySwole, all one word, for 10% off. And like I said before, get your Swole Privilege, get your Papa Swolio 2024, get your Tess Hornaday, your Fitness Falcon, your Taint Length Matters, get your Swole Fam gear, get your Go to the fucking Gym apparel, all that stuff, hats, hoodies. I think crop tops may or may not be back in stock. You can go and check it out, but that's why you don't want to wait. Go and get your stuff now because, yeah, I mean, these things go quickly because they're fucking awesome, but you definitely want to get infected with the Swole variant. Like I've said over and over again, get yourself some Swole variant apparel. It's fucking awesome. Get infected today and be a super spreader. Be a Swole spreader. Ladies, you hear that? Be a Swole spreader. All right. All right. Fucking awesome. What a rant. What a rant. SwoleNormousX.com. Learn more about all that, but papaswolio.com for all these Swolenormous apparel. We'll take a couple questions now. If you got some questions, hashtag ask Papa Swolio. And we'll take a couple questions right now. Of course, we got Tyler. We got Tyler to the main stage. You just generate lots of questions. What would grass-fed butter taste like in coffee? Haven't tried it, but might. Why don't you try it? It tastes delicious. How about that? How about that? What does it taste like? It tastes good. It tastes really good. Just make it properly. You can check out the recipe archive or you can Google it. But we got all that sweet action in there. All right, let's see. Let's take a question here from D.D. Miroli. D.D. Miroli on Instagram. Papa Swolio, what home recommendations do you have to eliminate shoulder popping, clicking? Is that rotator cuff? It can be. It could be ligaments kind of, snapping around. If there's no pain, usually no problem, but I would recommend doing a couple different things. This is not medical advice or a diagnosis, but you can do dead hangs from a bar. Just hang, hold and hang, let your body decompress. It's great for opening up the shoulder girdle and the shoulder joint. You can also do yoga, practice yoga. You can do prone presses. You could do vertical standing with a band, prone presses coming from a front anchor point. You can do side lying rear deltoid. It's like complete full horizontal adduction from a side lying position. You could do posterior deltoid work like bent over rows or bent over lateral raise for posterior deltoid. I said floor cobras. You could do external rotations with a band or with a dumbbell. Yoga will take care of a lot of this. So definitely look into that. So yoga is great for stretching and some strengthening, but you also want to do some light resistance training for some of those mobility exercises through a full range of motion. So it's hard to kind of break it all down from here, but those are some exercises that you can definitely look into. All right, so let's see what we got here. Where's the Swole Mas Day gear? I believe it's up there. Just go through and look. I don't know if you've looked through it all. If not, it'll be up. It'll be up soon. We have a lot of different designs that we're still loading up because when papaswolio.com launched like a month or two ago, we just have so many designs. So if it's not up, it will be up soon. I believe it was up. I thought someone just purchased one and just got it recently. So I'll look into it. But if not, all the designs will be up before the holiday season coming. Let's see. Deandra, do you know where I could find more knowledge on how menstrual cycles can affect training? I would check out Dr. Jamie Seaman, Seeman. She's been on the Fundamental Health podcast a few times. I'm not sure I don't think they specifically go over menstrual cycles in terms of training, but a lot of women find that they're a lot stronger during their menstrual cycles due to, I guess, estrogen or progesterone, like those hormones that get, secreted in higher quantities. And a lot of women say that they get stronger around times of their period. But in terms of, I don't know if you're looking for maybe hacks or things that you can do around those periods or what the side effects may or may not be. So if that's what your question, like what your angle is for it. Nika, I would recommend practicing yoga. Go online and do some yoga classes. I mean, some hip stretches, just saying them isn't going to be enough. Just practice them online. There's a lot of free classes online. You can actually do one of the, some of the free classes that we offer. Just go to swolenormousx.com/links. And then you can find some that you could do like the Swollen 7, do some Swolga. I believe we have a free yoga class, so you can try some of those things. Yeah, I mean, it's really hard just to be like, oh, do this hip stretch. I'm just talking. So if you don't know exactly what I'm referring to, but I would just practice yoga. Practice yoga, my dear. And some yin yoga. Anna Marija Ivos. I'm not sure if I pronounced that correctly because he got the little hat over the S. Let's see. Papa Swolio, could you share a little more about Mama Swolio's diet? Is it the same as yours? Yes, pretty much. It's very close. There might be some subtle differences, but pretty much I would just say pretty much the same. And she's eating more and more close to what I do. And she's done more and more, just naturally gravitated towards my personal way or my way of eating. Like she'll have the raw liver with me. She has bone broth. She eats a grass-fed beef. She'll have sweet potatoes. So she might have, a couple other things like some nuts on occasion, but she's kind of gravitating naturally away from those types of things because what she has found is that, of course, I've been encouraging her to try out these other things and eat this way. She's naturally gravitated towards it because she feels better. Like she'll have the grass-fed butter. She'll have pretty much the same. It's better just to write it off as the same because there only might be a couple different subtle nuances that she'll kind of do a little bit differently. I'm trying to think of some really not too much different, if anything. And when you are with someone, you don't want to you don't want to push them. And of course, for me, because I care about her so much, that it was definitely more of like, there's more pressure from my end, but at the beginning, but less as she's come to feel so much better from doing it. And her body has transformed even with just the nutrition alone, including the training. But once you start feeling so much better, you gravitate towards that naturally. And you just don't want to eat shitty. Plus, the environment that she's living in with me, we eat a certain way. So the environment, what you keep around, we don't have junk food in the house. We don't keep crap in the house. So those aren't even options. And of course, having me around is definitely more of an incentive to not eat garbage, but then she finds she just doesn't want to. So she might make some more, I guess, what's the word? Concessions in some respect that I personally don't, but very few. So it is very close, just fat, protein, very similar to what what I do. Like she'll have grass-fed beef with me. We cook steaks. We have bone broth. We'll have eggs. And again, like she'll have some white rice, but not a ton. I'll have some, once and again, I prefer sweet potatoes, fruit, pineapple, mango, strawberries. She loves that. We have raw honey together. It's like pretty much the same. All right, let's see here. Alexandra, Papa Swolio trying to get stronger, gain muscle, lifting 5 times per week. Should I target one muscle group per day or go for a full body every time? Online advice is mixed. I would definitely not do full body every time. I would absolutely not do that. I would recommend either just doing upper, lower body, push, pull, legs, chest, back, lower body, arms, 1, 2, 3. So it depends. But I would say muscle groups, like if you're hitting muscle groups, you want to, if you're trying to build muscle, you want to separate muscle groups in some respect so you can get more volume. And I would train body parts 1 to 2 times per week, giving like anywhere between 2 and 3 days between training subsequent body parts. If you're training them hard enough, you need to give enough days for repair, especially if you're natural, you're not doing any kind of like artificial enhancements and exogenous hormones and stuff like that. Steven, Papa Swolio, I live in Indiana and I don't get a lot of sun year round, so I want to try a vitamin D supplement. Is there a specific one you recommend? No. I would just make sure you're getting one that doesn't have soybean oil or other types of like additives in the capsules and stuff. But no, vitamin D is so fucking cheap, and it's one of the, of course, the same with the ivermectin. And so I don't say the word, incorrectly demonized as horse paste. These things that are common inexpensive, ubiquitous, safe, they're not being talked about for preventing, all these viruses and issues and for promoting health. So vitamin D is very inexpensive. You can get it anywhere for like 5, 10, 15 bucks for like hundreds of capsules. I'll last you 6 months. So no, just get one that doesn't have a lot of other junk added to it. Chayton Foster, are onions inflammatory? Recently went vegan to carnivore, but looking for ways to add flavor and density to the meals. I don't know if they're actually inflammatory. I don't eat them. They can make people really gassy. I found that I just don't eat onions anymore. I just don't have any desire for them. But sometimes people might find that sauteed onions give them problems and raw ones don't. It's just not necessarily something that has to be consumed. So for me, I just use salt. I don't even use pepper anymore because that can poke holes in your gut. So it depends on how far you want to take it. But when I remove something or I don't consume something, I feel great. It's like, why add it back? And sometimes if I do, I'll feel kind of uncomfortable. So you have to test and see what works for you. And the more consistent your nutrition is, the more your body will react to alien foods or alien products. So it's certainly not something that's required for health or to benefit in different ways, but you can test and see for you. If you're carnivore, you're technically carnivore plus onions is not really carnivore. So if you think about it, carnivore is carnivore. So, but animal-based is probably a better methodology. I mean, are you not consuming any kind of fruit or things like that? So I'm definitely not carnivore. I like some carbohydrates and I like honey, dates, fruit, and stuff like that. So Tyler, have you gone hunting before? I have not gone like full-blown hunting, no. But I would. I totally would. Just never came up. But I totally would. And I think it's a great skill and I would love to someday. Derek, do you drink any teas? I do not. I have in the past, but never really liked it. Never really felt any kind of benefit from it aside from maybe some acid reflux or yeah. So I just don't. Yeah, onions are high FODMAP. They can be disruptive to some guts. Yeah, it's pretty common for onions to cause like bloating or gas and stuff like that. So I just avoid it. Let's see here. Bum, bum, bum. All right, Nutter Butter. Ooh, Nutter Butter 007. I want to stop smoking. Any advice? Yeah, I would get on. Make sure you lock in your fitness, your nutrition. An elimination diet is great, getting your nutrition on point. Setting some really good habits, a meditation practice, like a solid meditation practice. I would check out the book Atomic Habits. Really get your environment locked in. Remove yourself from any environments and any people that smoke. And literally you have to control your environment as tightly as possible. Don't hang around people that smoke. Don't go places where there are smoke so you don't have those triggers. But nutrition is going to be very, very important. Very, very important to lock down, and your environment, your community. So that's what I recommend. And by the way, those of you that are part of the Swole fam, or if you check out the Amazon store, Papa Swolio's book club, I added a couple more books and rearranged some things so you can check out some new things over there if you haven't checked out the book list already. So that's what I would start with. But meditation, being more mindful and practicing that every day. That way, when you have these cravings or triggers, you're more conscious of your decision and what you're more present, so you can make a better choice and not, relapse, so to speak. So those of you that have quit smoking, you can drop your thoughts in the comments, your personal take on it. Nika, post-surgery, I am supposed to stay away from really anything involving my core for 6 to 8 weeks, especially the first few. What surgery? Is there anything I can do while resting my core? I mean, your core is pretty much your whole body. It's like your pelvis all the way up to your neck, cervical spine. So you can meditate. You could do maybe everything's your core, pretty much. Everything aside from your arms and legs is your core. So I'm not going to sit here and tell you, oh, here's some things you can do. I would unfortunately refer to your doctors who aren't, they're just gonna be like, rest, do nothing. I would eat a lot of quality foods. I mean, depending on what they tell you. Look, again, cross-check with what you're maybe allowed to or not to eat. Things like collagen, bone broth, great for post-surgery. High-fat diets are great post-surgery. What's your nutrition like already? Are you on like a carnivore diet? I would definitely look endometriosis. I would definitely look into those podcasts, Fundamental Health Podcast, but the ones with Dr. Jamie Seaman in terms of female health and eating a high fat diet, organ meats, bone broth, grass-fed beef, very important for things like endometriosis and PCOS and things like that, which are very related to insulin resistance and things of that sort. Check that out. All right. Let's see. We'll take one or two more questions. We got one, Houston Mike 20, morning workout or afternoon workout? Personally, morning workout's probably better for most people, but it doesn't matter. Get your workout in. Whatever you feel best with, do it. But morning or earlier in the day is excellent for a workout. It's fucking fantastic. My preference is either. So sometimes I'll work out early, but I like doing the show now, so I'll probably work out a little bit after. Today's more of a recovery day, so some mobility, but I like working out earlier in the day. Victor Sobel, as fall season has started and pumpkin is now a big thing. What's your opinion? Do you like it and sometimes eat it? I don't know where pumpkin would come into my consumption. Like eating pumpkin or having pumpkin flavored things. Things like squash could be something that's better digested. I mean, fruit or vegetables are things that are in season, but you'd have to see what works best for you. But I have no desire to eat pumpkin anything. Like I would never eat pumpkin. It's usually a pumpkin pie or pumpkin ice cream or pumpkin beer or pumpkin this. Things are just flavored pumpkin. But I don't have any application of actually eating something that is just pumpkin. I don't know. Pumpkin soup's just, I think I've had it before and it's like weird. Bone broth. If you're talking about the winter, bone broth season, get your bone broth, man. In my opinion. Do I like it? I think pumpkin's overrated in a big way. I think it's very overrated. But that's to each their own. And that's the thing, pumpkin seeds, right? Seeds and nuts are for the plants to reproduce. So usually those are the most toxic things, nuts and seeds. Like these are like the plant. So the seeds of fruit you don't want to consume. These are the plant babies. So usually when we talk about toxins and toxic plants, that's where you're going to find those elements that have defense chemicals to prevent consumption. That way the plants can reproduce. But that's again, liking something is, and people a lot of times like the crunch or the salt. It's like, well, if you put salt and crunch all over it, yeah, you're going to taste the salt. Humans like salt. It depends. Yeah, you can get plenty of iron from beef. So pumpkin seed's a good source of iron. Again, get your organ meats and grass-fed beef, for example, and you get more iron than you get plenty of iron. Yeah. Let's see. Michelle McDaniel with endometriosis. Yeah, doesn't she eat like hot Cheetos though? Doesn't she eat Cheetos? I'm not sure her diet is ideal for her situation. I've always heard this through whenever I see people that make a lot of content about their issues with like depression or with any kind of physical issues, and then their diet is very questionable. It's like, are you really trying to fix your issue or what? That's what I remember because I haven't seen her content in like a year or two. But I've seen this with a lot of these mukbang people. It's not like Foodie Beauty, and you have, what was it, the other one that's called something Fat Girl? And you have people that are complaining about all their issues, or a lot of vegan channels that are complaining about mental issues or injuries and things like that. It's like, don't you think about your diet? Your diet has something to do with it. Like you're not eating anything of real value, just sucking down plants and chemicals all the time. You don't think that you're going to complain about all these mental issues or physical issues and you're still going to eat garbage? Come on, man. Fat Girl Flo, is that her name? That's probably another one. That doesn't seem like the one. I don't know if it was Fat Girl Flo. Maybe there's another one. I'm sure there's a bunch. There's a bunch. Tyler, what's the recommended amount of caffeine in milligrams for healthy adults? Dude, Google's your friend. You get a lot of this evidence on Google. I appreciate all the questions, though. There's an argument to be made that 0 is the best amount. because caffeine, I believe, is a defense property of a plant. So you have to test it. Some people are very sensitive to it. So recommended amount's going to vary, but I would say, you know, a cup or two of coffee if you're going to do that. But high quality coffee, shitty coffee can really jack you up too. So recommended amount, I'm sure, depends on your body weight. But my recommendation is quality coffee, drink it black or bulletproof, and don't drink any more past like 10 to 12 hours before you go to sleep. Less is more with those types of things. You don't want to over caffeinate. Jessica, off topic question, but I'm trying, and tomorrow is Ask Papa Swole Live, so a lot more questions tomorrow. So we'll take one more. Jessica, off topic question. I'm trying to reduce chemical use in my daily life. What laundry detergent and cleaning products do you use or recommend? I would definitely recommend things that are dye and fragrance free. You know, there could be better options than the ones that I'm just going to list, but things like 7th generation and these ones that are more natural based. But of course, when there's ever high production in these products, you have to really go down the rabbit hole to see what's in them and what's accessible. So I would remove like dyes and fragrances. So anything that has like all these different scents usually have phthalates and things in them. So reduce anything with phthalates and you know, BPA. But of course, if it says BPA free, doesn't mean it doesn't have BPF and these other types of bisphenols. I would recommend using glass containers. You can get them on Amazon. You get the bamboo tops, so there's no plastic in the glass containers, but they can be heavy and they're more expensive than plastic. But you don't want to be heating, you don't want to be microwaving plastic or your plastic containers. I don't care if it says BPA free. You don't want to microwave any of that shit. Fuck no. I never use a microwave ever. Those are initial recommendations. Fragrances are very commonly full of phthalates, but a lot of products will say phthalate free, phthalate with a PTH. For me, I use, like, there's some other good options. Like, for example, this is like hand, skin, lips. You could put on there. It's like essentially beef tallow and extra virgin olive oil for like a moisturizer. It's fantastic. And you can get 100% grass-fed, grass-finished beef tallow bar soap. And it's great. It's great. I mean, use real ingredients and your skin will thank you for it, but also the endocrine disruptors that you'll find with all these chemicals. So don't use any of these, like all these perfumes and body sprays and all that shit, household cleansers. You can use things like organic apple cider vinegar and dilute it. You can look online. There's like all those grandmother's household, you know, like the Bragg's apple cider vinegar, 1,000 different methods, you know, to use this. And you do like 1 part of this and 4 parts water, or 5 parts water, or 2 parts water, whatever the heck it is. And you can use it for like a disinfecting, cleaning the countertops, or use apple cider vinegar with a little bit of lemon. You ladies probably know that or tea tree oil or something like that, tea tree and lemon. And you can use that for spraying and disinfecting. So these are better ways because you're breathing all this stuff. So if you're cleaning your countertop, let's say your stove, you have a glass stovetop, for example, and you're cleaning it with chemicals and it dries, and then you heat up the stove, you're breathing that shit in. So there's a lot of stuff that you have to be mindful of. You don't want to eat these chemicals. And if you're washing your hands with something and then you're like, you know, you put your hand in your mouth and you're getting it in your mouth, all those different things. And there's a lot of other brands out there too. So I'm just listing off a couple things that popped into my head. There's also for cleansers I'm trying to think, what's it called? Dr. Bronner's has like a Castile soap and things like that, other natural ingredients. Let's see here. Bum, 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 bum. All right. Let's take a couple comments and then we'll get into some balls deep comment. Let's see. Christian, food is so powerful to our health. Way too many people underestimate the power of food. Absolutely. Brittany, I was diagnosed by a therapist with borderline personality disorder earlier this year when I was plant-based. Now I eat steak daily and I'm more mindful than ever. I haven't had any issues since. That's fantastic. That's absolutely fantastic. Cerny, diet has so much to do with your mental health. Believe me, I know that for a fact. Hell yeah. Tracy, if I cut out sugar, my period comes and leaves, not even PMS, no mood swings or any pain. What's not to love? Good for you. Good for you. Rebecca, do I eat cacao, the powder? No, I don't. I actually used to have like 85% dark chocolate. And I have a few bars in the freezer. I haven't had it in months. I just haven't had no desire for it. If you're eating really sugary, sweet chocolate, you're just eating sugar. You want to have really dark chocolate. I just don't even have that anymore. I just don't. And it's because I haven't had any desire for it. Okay, let's shift here. Remember, if you want to join the Swole Fam, a lot of these questions and stuff we can continue inside Swolenormous X, inside the Swole Fam Telegram chat, and inside the Discord, and of course the private Facebook group. If you want to join the fam, swolenormousx.com. Let's get into some balls deep content. Fam, are you ready? Come on, baby.
What's in the box?
Let's fucking go.
That's deep.
All righty. Let's see. Body image therapist. Let's take this. Speaking of women's issues and things, let's see what we got here. This one's from the body image therapist. Now, this is a therapist, and her name is the body image therapist. So she must be a therapist for people with body image. Let's see what she's recommending to people. And this is a salmon colored, or is it pink? No, that's not salmon. Come on, tell me. Is that salmon? What the fuck? What's with these colors? What's with these colors? Why do they do this? Why do these people do this?
I don't believe you people.
What is that color? Is that coral? I don't know. It's like a salmon coral. Who combines those things? All right. It writes, if eating comforting food seems like the only thing you have to look forward to at the moment, now is not the time to judge or belittle yourself for it. It is not inherently weak to comfort eat. I don't think that's the right word, weak, but I'm going to Matt Damon you on that one. I'm going to Matt Damon you on that one. If eating comforting food is the only thing you have to look forward to, that's a problem. You need to meditate. You need to take care of your health. You need to create some other method of self-love and care, not stuffing your face with food. I mean, if you're eating real food, but still, food should not be like, oh, I'm stressed out, let me go eat. You need to create better habits. So that book, Atomic Habits, is fantastic. But yeah, it doesn't mean you just get stressed out and let me just eat food. No. That's not how this game works. Unless you want to deal with the consequences of leaky gut, of poor sleep, of weight gain, unnecessary weight gain. Let's see here. We got a caption here. So let's see the context, because of course, if you say some ridiculous crap, you got to write a couple essays in order to explain yourself. And you know what they say, the more you explain yourself, the better you know something, right? Get it? Yeah. All right. So if you can't explain something succinctly, you most likely have no idea what you're talking about. Let's see. When life is hard, you may notice, that's what she said. Come on, let's fucking go. All right, we have to.
Is this a list of things I did to your mom last night?
Life gets hard. Yeah. Sometimes, if you're lucky. When life is hard, you may notice ways of coping, re-emerging, or intensifying. This doesn't make you weak, broken, or a problem. Your feelings, this doesn't make you a problem. Ah, God. The brain has evidence for all the ways you have learned to cope, and it will use its best fitting coping resource for the current stressor or trauma. This is another way of saying you're justifying bad habits. The brain has evidence for all the ways you have learned to cope. It doesn't mean it's a good way to cope. Bad habits are bad habits, regardless. Those who work with me will know that I use the phrase, pick your battles, quite a bit. Especially during the last 18 months. Oh, here we go. And it definitely applies to comfort eating. So pick your battles. In other words, that's an excuse. That's like the whole everything in moderation nonsense. Yep. These weird justifications. Pick your battles. Maybe if you have someone with extreme, look, all these things, when I say this is fucking bullshit, this is nonsense. If you're talking to someone who's like 500 pounds and literally needs like inpatient care in extreme situations, you want to do whatever works to get them better. But for a massive message that's posted everywhere, this is bullshit. This is an excuse. This is nonsense. This is what we're filling people's heads with. All right. The last 18 months. Oh my God. As if you're in a fucking different world. How come so many people have been crushing it? Yeah, COVID made you do it. No, COVID didn't make you do it. If COVID made you do anything, it should have made you take care of your fucking health. Give me a break. Give me a break. The reaction to COVID has been worse than actual COVID itself. It's fucking ludicrous. Blaming. It's so convenient. All right. The government's going to use COVID as an excuse to keep on printing more money to cover up from the broken fiat system. They're going to keep on using this as an excuse as long as they can. And luckily for them, they got endless amounts of variants coming that they can just keep on blaming and blaming and blaming and blaming and fucking you in the ass with no lube. Let's continue. It can be challenging to practice new emerging ways of coping when the stressor is large or even perceived as large. That's what she said. It's like trying to use a small cup to hold a bucket's worth of water. All right, let me go over this last part again. It can be challenging to practice new emerging ways of coping. Oh, it could be challenging to create a new habit. Oh, it could be challenging to do something new. Because you've been fucking so goddamn coddled, it's okay. It could be really hard to do something new. You fucking pussies. Picking your battles sometimes requires you to apply self-compassion and non-judgment. Non-judgment to the things that are helping you get through at the moment instead of challenging them to the point of shame and further dysregulation. Jesus Christ. These like anti-words, like anti-racism, this is what it reminds me of. All these like anti or non, these like negative, double negative things in some cases. Judgment is good. You're supposed to have judgment. Okay. If you're comfort eating and have been comfort eating, I say this to you as well, pick your battles. Yeah, and pick your Tostitos and pick your Twinkies. In some moments, it may be more compassionate to challenge it if you have the capacity and resources. And other times, more wise to go with it and apply compassion. Famous word, compassion. And recognize that comfort eating is also normal and adaptive. Be kind to yourself. I got something for yourself.
Go fuck yourself.
The victim mentality is really, really, really exhausting. Very, very exhausting. Let's see. What's this post here? Oh my God. We have a post from our very own Virgie Tovar. This is from a couple months ago. I love this. I guess this is a blog. What is this? Is this on Medium or something? I don't know. But this is from our very own Virgie Tovar. Not our very own, unfortunately. Thank God. It's called 101. 4 tools for a body positive fall. A body positive fall that hopefully doesn't break your hip. But get it? Dun, dun, come on, I'll be here all week. So this is from June 25th. Autumn is a time of transformation. She's going to turn into a butterfly finally? Try these simple tools to change how you treat your body. As we prepare for changing leaves and sweater weather, many of us feel the holiday season looming. After months spent indoors, we may feel anxious about experiencing body shame. At family gatherings, work, or events, I want to equip you with 4 foundational tools to help you bring the energy of body positivity, not body shame, into this transitional season.
What's your name, fat body?
Let's get into it. Number 1, make comfort your number 1 fall goal. Comfort. Did you know that your comfort matters? Yes, it does. You ever hear the term, fam? Get out of your comfort zone. Nothing valuable happens in your comfort zone. That's right. Virgie wants you to stay in your safe space. Stay in your comfort zone. Comfort matters. Stay comfortable and stay soft and stay like a soggy fucking noodle like Virgie and be a goddamn pussy that's taken over this fucking country. Oh my God, we are so screwed. Oh, we're so screwed. Soggy fucking noodle. Soggy noodle. Virgie Soggy Noodle Tovar, we'll call her. Yes, it does. Do you know what's uncomfortable? Constantly measuring yourself against others and constantly trying to change your body. How about measure yourself against yourself? How about self-improvement? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? What if comfort rather than self-criticism was the organizing principle of this season? People need more shame. People need to self-critique. You know, those people that are successful in this world on every level, self-critique and self-develop and challenge themselves. That's literally what any successful person does. And I'm not talking about financial. I'm talking about just any kind of success in life. In our culture, goals are often centered around measurable performance, outcomes, or physical transformations. Measuring things. No. But a goal can be more subtle. It can be anything you want to put energy and resources behind. Think of comfort as your North Star this season. Jesus Christ. Yes, it takes time to go from constant self-judgment to self-acceptance, but the switch starts with recognizing that you deserve to feel good and prioritizing finding things that create comfort for you. Oh, this keeps on going. Oh my God, look at her feet. Oh my God. Oh, holy shit.
Boom shakalaka!
What the fuck is that?
Oh my God, look at your foot. Your feet her toes are separated because they're so fat. Oh my God, look at your hoof. Verge. Christ. Instead of seeing fall as a deadline,